Welcome, everyone. This is the Arsenal Show. You know what it is. It's with your boy Tereak Talks, and let's go. And let's Wagwan, everyone. I hope you're doing well, and welcome to another show, another Arsenal show. Will, we got a bit of background noise from there.
It's your show. Sorry.
Yeah. No worries. Hope you're keeping well, everyone. Thank you for joining me this evening. We are on an 8 o'clock start. I know it's a little bit later than 8 o'clock.
My fault.
But hey, we was rambling on. We was rambling on for ages. But you know what? I've got to introduce the Don of South London. Arsenal, we moved from South up to the north, but this man remained here and he still represents us down in the south. Big up my brother Wilf, aka Creamboat, aka Trev, aka partner in Desmond. You name it, he's everything. That's why we just call him the Don. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good, bro. I'm loving life at the moment. I am living it and loving it.
It's good to be an Arsenal fan, right?
Yeah.
It's pre-season, but
I know.
You can't have the excitement, no.
Exactly. Totally, man. Totally.
And we have got plenty to talk about. Don't you worry. We will get right into it. But before we do, if we are joined by our other two guests, they must be busy. You know, it's a Monday night, earlier start than usual because, you know, I need an early night, people. So, yeah.
There you go.
That's to the gym, 5 a.m. in the morning. So, started going today. I've been at the gym for the past 2 weeks now, but I thought I need to make it a morning routine. It helps me feel a lot more fresher, get more stuff, feel productive. It's about keeping it up and being disciplined now. But before I ramble on too much, that's not why you're here. We will get into the comments and then we will get into talking about the Arsenal. Big up my brother Edmund. He's saying 2 weeks to go until the season starts. Tariq Talks ramping up before the start. Let's go. And just a quick one on that, people. I know I've just been doing the Arsenal show and a show here and there on certain other things for the past month and a bit recently. But this week, we are back with season previews. We've got so much coming up. Stay tuned, stay locked in. I won't be streaming tomorrow. I'll be on Eagle Eye Football for the England women's game versus Sweden for the semi-final. But then I'll be back here on Wednesday. So stay tuned, people. We are getting ready for the season. And you know how it was last season on Tereak Talks. We was watching plenty of football, not just Arsenal. We'll be talking Arsenal as well. We've got a weekly show to bring to you. With the Don, the lovely Don himself. But big up Edmund, big up Santi in the place. Has Arsenal seen some extra funds after Kroenke'S won the Stanley Cup and Super Bowl? We'll get into it, Santi. Big up yourself. It's a great question, and we'll certainly talk about that at the start of this video as well. So big up Orest in the place. David Lee is in here as well. Rich, you knew I was going to be late. Big up Realist in here as well. We've got B&B in the place as well. I haven't seen you for a while. Big up you. He's saying 9 minutes and he's doing his hair. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Me and Will had to sort our hair out, you know.
Exactly. You know what I mean? It was in makeup, man.
Exactly. You know the black hair. It takes a lot of Big up, man. Big up B&B. Hope you're keeping good. Have we got anyone else in here that I haven't given a shout out to? We've got plenty of comments. King is in here. He said he's on his way. Big up yourself, King, in here. And T-Dog, Mr. 200. We've got the family over there.
Yeah.
Big up yourself, guys. The fellow Gooners in the chat. And
big up everybody in the chat, man.
And King saying we will smash England. King, we'll have to talk about this as soon as you get in. But before we do, you know what? We've spoken for 4 minutes already. I think we should definitely start with the main topic of today's show. And this is Edu's interview. Guys, if you haven't seen it, there's been plenty of reports out there, plenty of news stories on Edu's interview. It wasn't just with one journalist or one publication. Sky Sports, The Athletic, they're the main two. And they're the two that we're going to be working with right now and sorting out these quotes. But there is a few points that I wanted to speak about from Eddie's interview. New signings, only signing players who are right from the club. Talking about Rafinha, moving players out, Mikel Arteta, his contract, targets for the new season, and receiving backing from the owners and much more, people. But do you know what? We're going to start off from the very start here, and I want to hear your thoughts on this, Wilf. This was the quote that he said, and this is what it began with from the Athletics piece. I do recommend you go check it out, everyone watching. It's just an interesting read. Whether you're an Arsenal fan or not, it's nice to see transparency from owners and from someone, from the hierarchy at the club, someone who's a part of the board and making the key decisions. But it starts off, it's important people understand, says Edu, because if you don't understand, it's difficult to support or even difficult to judge. We have a strategy, we have ideas, we have a plan. He says, you like it or don't like it, that's fine. I accept that. But I say a lot, people have to understand what you're going to do, and people have to really get the idea, and then let's judge it. Wilf, he's talking about the process as a whole here. I know with yourself, you've been very much clear that you've seen the plan that Arsenal are going with and what we've seen ever since we've really taken Mikel Arteta on board. What's your first thoughts when you hear that, when he's telling us as fans that, guys, you try to understand the plan that we're doing. We do have a plan, because there's a lot of people who sit on the other side of that who say, Arsenal, you don't have no clear direction. What's this? What would you say to those fans right there with Eddie's comments?
First and foremost, they came in with a plan. When they sat down together, and when Arteta got the job, and him and Edu were going to be working together, they had a clear plan from time. I actually think Arteta had a plan from when Emery was manager. These brothers are ambitious. I have to say, yeah, I just saw Matt G come in. Big up, Matt G. Social. I actually think these guys are more ambitious than we give them credit for. They have had a long-term idea of where they're going to take this club, and it's happening. If you cannot see it, then honestly, and this is just my opinion, you cannot see what's happening in football if you cannot see where they're going. Because I actually think everybody else is more scared of us than we give ourselves credit for. Everybody realizes what's happening at Arsenal I'm talking about outside of our fan base, more than we do. I don't know whether it's because we're passionate, or we've been burnt a few times and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves or anything. I, for one, try and look at it from an outsider's point of view, and if I was a Man United fan or a Chelsea fan or any West Ham, Liverpool, anyone, and I'll be like, well, something's happening over there. We've got to make sure that either if you're Liverpool or Man City, they don't catch up on us, or if you're someone else, they don't pull away from us, because it's happening. It's this young squad is a season older and together, and are hurting from what happened last season, and they're coming back vicious. They're coming back hungry. They're a pack of young wolves, mate.
Exactly. You got your dog, the other dog, going mad as well at the moment.
I know. It's because I'm talking Arsenal. He knows I'm doing the show.
Exactly. But I definitely do agree with you in those points. In you saying that it's exciting. It's a clear plan, and you can see that with the signings that we have made. When you look at the likes of Alex Zinchenko, as they call him, Gabriel Jesus, team players choose us over other clubs that you would deem as more an attractive opposition on paper. They finished higher up in the league, won more trophies than us. In the Champions League, you can probably work out what I'm speaking about here, Chelsea, but Gabriel Jesus chose Arsenal because there is that stability, there is that clear identity that we're pushing towards. And another comment that I wanted to talk about when we're linking in with this clear identity, Edu also talks about his first decision at the club was to get rid of Unai Emery and to speak to the board and say this is why. And the big reason for Edu, which he speaks about in this interview, he wanted a very clear plan. And this is the quotes coming from there as he speaks about Mikel Arteta. And the reason he went for Mikel Arteta. After he met him for the first time in his house, they really clicked from there. But the key point in him bringing him to Arsenal was that he had a very clear idea. To me, that's hinting that Unai Emery didn't have a clear idea. That's what he's saying, or a clear direction that he wanted to take the team or the club to in that sense, because he was a coach. He was a head coach at that time. But what he says, and talking about that very clear idea, this is Edu's quotes, and then I'll let you go, Wilf. Then I give to the club a 5-year plan. I said to Mikel and to the board, guys, 2022-23 will be the season we're going to be much better. We have to be patient. It would be impossible to take everyone out and put everyone in. We need a process to do that. We need good decisions. We need to be brave. We're going to face some difficult moments with players' agents, but that's the plan. So talking about, I just want to ask your thoughts on this. And when I've seen Arsenal fans in the past as well say, we treated Emery wrong. We got rid of him and we didn't give him enough time, but we're willing to give Mikel Arteta, who's an inexperienced manager, this amount of time. But Edu's clearly said here that because it might not have been Unai Emery's fault, but the fact that he was a coach in his role and the style of coach that he was, we've seen with Unai Emery, it's not a clear identity in how he wants to play. It's quite pragmatic, hitting on the counter-attack, taking the lead. We saw it at Arsenal, seen it at Villarreal as well, and at other clubs. Arteta has got that clear identity. What would you say to those fans, and using Edu's quotes and thoughts about this 5-year plan and this season being the big one?
I mean, firstly, on what that indicates to me on the Emery front is that Emery was a month-to-month, game-to-game, season-by-season plan. Yeah, so it wasn't any kind of long-term plan. It was like, let's see how this season goes, and then once the season's over, then whereas Mikel Arteta, he came in wanting to be manager. He came in with a long-term plan. Him and Edu sat down and made a long-term plan. And this is nothing different to what everybody else was saying, because when they first come in, everybody in our club, outside of our club, was always saying, it's going to take like 3, 4, 5 years for us to be where we are now. And that's what they've done. That's exactly what they've done. So it's nothing strange about what he's saying. It's nothing like unusual, blow your mind stuff. That was always the case from when we was back then. People, as a fan base, we want to see us winning something each and every year. And by the way, Matt G, you say that about my dog again, and I will find you. But yeah, it was always going to be. Everybody knew this was going to happen. So he's not saying anything that nobody said needed to be done, but they have actually stuck to it. They have stuck to their guns. They've done what they said they were going to do. They faced the challenges that they said they knew they were going to face. They've gone to their owners and said, this is how long it's going to take. This is what we're going to need to do. Are you prepared to do this? And the owners, and I think credit has got to go to mainly Josh for this, but Josh has gone, all right, kind. So it's not just Edu and Arteta, it's Josh as well. I've got to give him credit for, because I've been critical of the Kroenke'S before now, but when they do stuff right, they do stuff right. I mean, look how much money we've spent over the last 2 seasons. Exactly. Yeah, they knew what, and they put that risk in. So he's not just suddenly come out with the 10 commandments here. And our fan base have been calling for this. They've been calling for progression. And if you look back on the seasons, we've been progressing. Yeah. Even when we were finishing 8th and all the rest of it, we won an FA Cup. Yeah. You look at other teams, look what's happened to Man United. Yeah, which should, from their standpoint, which should never let them happen. Them down the road, they had to go through what they need to do and desperately go and get Conte to try and save their season. And they're not building, they're still putting sticking plasters over. You see what's happening at Chelsea, and we're steadily been doing our stuff, doing our business, and getting it done, and positioning ourselves in somewhere where we can make a solid challenge for whatever it is that they're challenging for. Because I truly believe they are far more ambitious than our fan base are at the moment, and give them credit for. And you know me, I'm TPG.
Toxic positive gooner.
Yeah, exactly. And and you know, when Realist laughed at me last week when I said about third, they're looking higher than that.
It's very true.
And just because you're looking at that high doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get there. But if that's your aim and you're pushing for it, then if you're one place off that or a point off that, it's not the end of the world. But you have to be that ambitious.
It's very true.
Yeah, go on.
I totally agree with what you're saying there, Wilf, and I'm seeing everyone else in the comments, they're agreeing with you. Matt G says spot on, Trev. Preseason doesn't mean guaranteed points, but it shows other teams that we are looking good. I want to have a look at everything else. That was the comment that you said about it.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. But even Ed said something as well. He said 100% owners have smashed money on the table and gone all in. Currently, second season in a row, biggest spenders in the league. And since Arteta has come through the door, this is when you mention it as well, they have shown ambition. They clearly have. The fact it's not even just bringing players in, you know, it's how we're letting players go and noticing, all right, this is the issue. We're not going to sit on our hands and wait until their contracts finish and then get rid of them. No. If you don't feel ready now, Mikel Arteta has a very clear plan. Whether you're the club captain or the highest earner at the club, I know Aubameyang's been both, but I'm speaking about Ozil as well.
Yeah.
We'll get rid of you. And that is such a good precedent to be holding at the club, because that means
remember that was one of the biggest criticisms of the Kroenke'S. Like they're not putting their hand in their pocket and they're not, you know, they're not doing. You have to give them credit. They have taken, they've listened to what has happened within our club base with the whole Super League and whatever, and gone, whoa, okay, we read the room wrong, and they've come back in, restarted, and they've gone, this is what needs to be done, and they've gone in and went, who's the hottest young manager out there? Who's the hottest young technical director out there? Because that's their profile. If you look at the LA Rams and their other teams, that's their profile. Young, hungry, new idea stuff.
Definitely.
So,
and I want to introduce our brother King to the show as well. Thank you for coming on, my bro. How are you, first of all? I'm good. Oh, we can't hear you at the moment, King. Having a few bits of audio issue.
Yes, my king, if you can hear me.
Yeah, we still can't hear you, but keep trying, and then we'll get over to you. I'll still leave you here, bro. But
you guys hear me now?
Oh yeah,
that's better.
You're good, bro.
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry for being late.
No worries, man. No worries at all.
It's just that there was a lady that called me that she's going to Gambia tomorrow, so I could buy an extra luggage and buy some stuff for the family. So I had to sort that out.
Of course, man.
Yourself, King, man, for that. That's not
King. Let me apologize for yesterday. I had technical difficulties with my laptop and stuff, so I've sorted it. But I missed you.
No worries. There'll be more shows.
Yeah.
And Matt G also says in the comments, absolutely. I think they are more ambitious than we give them credit for. This is a massive season for the project. Big up yourself as well, Em. Big up everyone. Really telling you don't go anywhere, Wilf. But Ed's putting his Arsenal prediction already. Arsenal for 4th. David saying 5th. Social saying, are we the best run club right now? I think we're sitting 7p there. As an outsider, the business Arsenal have done for me, best off in the off season. I'm guessing that's what you're saying. T-Dog saying this season, I want Arsenal to come first. It would be a dream. And do you know what, T-Dog? I think this is a good time and a good point to ask King about this, because I thought this was a very interesting part. This was from the Sky Sports part of the interview. I was speaking about this backstage with Wilf. The question was asked, looking ahead to the new season, do you want more than top 4? And he says, Edu, this is Edu's quotes. Yeah, for sure. I respect and we have to be realistic for these situations. But why not put here that I want to win again? I want to be there as soon as possible. So why not? So, what's your target this season? This was asked to Edu, and Edu responded, with all my respect, even being realistic, I cannot think less than winning things. King, how refreshing is this ambition that we're seeing at the club? And as Arsenal fans, all we're talking about is top four. If we get top four, that's a successful season. But the fact that the club are showing more ambition than that, they're not just looking at top four Champions League success. I think you can clearly see that in the signings that they're making as well. So I know certain people might say, "Oh, this is propaganda" or whatnot, but why would they be signing Gabriel Jesus? Why would they need to be going out for Alexander Zinchenko and being the second season biggest spenders in the league? King, what's your thoughts on those comments there about Arsenal's and Edu's targets?
I mean, first of all, we can just go back to last season, and Edu was asked similar questions, and he said there's no target. Obviously, listening to his interviews, the target was to get back into Europa League, but obviously that's not something you want to say in the media, that our target is to get back into the Europa League. That doesn't sound, refreshing. So I have to give credit to Edu, because last year I did criticize him when he made that interview and he didn't say what our target was. So I was a bit upset, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm very glad to hear that the target for Arsenal Football Club is no longer just to try to qualify for Champions League. Because I've said myself that I want to see Arsenal go for the Europa League trophy. I want to see us have a good run in the league, and then let's see, where we end up. Obviously, we all know that Man City and Liverpool are the two favorites for the title. But, after them, no one can tell me that Spurs is clear of us. No one can tell me that Chelsea is clear of us, or, Man United. Like, we are up there with them, It's maybe as an Arsenal fan, you'll be a bit biased and you feel like, oh, Arsenal are ahead of Spurs, or Spurs fans will say, no, Spurs is ahead of Arsenal. But it's a tight race. But what is more important is that if they are now brave enough to go out in media and say that Arsenal just going for Champions League is not enough, that tells me that we are going to see more signings in, and we are going to see signings that are going to help the squad to be able to challenge. So, and that's what we've been waiting for years, Tereak. For years, I've been starving to hear this ambition. For years, I've been waiting for Arsenal to really try and be back in them glory days where, even if we weren't winning the league, we were always up there. We went, we'll go to quarterfinal, semi-final in the Champions League. We'll have good runs in the cup. You want to see that. You want to experience that. How long was it when we went to the Emirates and it was a Champions League night? That's what I want to see. In May, I want to have that feeling that, something special can happen. So big up to the club. And now let's see, now up until the 1st of September, let's see what they actually do. And then I'll be even more, encouraged.
Yeah.
I just remember the last person that made kind of statements like this. The year after they did it, we went unbeaten. You know what I mean? So just remember that kind of mentality, as King said, is back in the club now.
Yeah, and Klopp had the same mentality when he took over Liverpool. Yeah. People were laughing at him.
Yeah.
And he said, I haven't come here to be a Champions League team. I want to win. And you need to have the mentality first. Then you need to have the plan. You need to have the backing, and you need to have the money. And then obviously sometimes a bit of a luck doesn't hurt. But, we are looking to have ticking a lot of them boxes now. So
genius is always laughed at before it comes true.
Of course.
I mean? Yeah. I mean.
And he's spoken, and King mentioned as well that he has spoken about this at the very start of his point, and it dated back from December 2020. that he was looking at this season. This season was the target where Arsenal would be competitive. Again, not saying we're going to win the league. It's just competing against the best teams. And, you know, looking at Manchester City and Liverpool, if we look at even last season in those one-off games, Manchester City, we were the better side at the Emirates. Of course, the first game, we weren't ready at that point in the season. And that was a huge criticism that Arsenal and Edu and Arteta had to take at that point. And with Liverpool, we competed well in the first half, capitulated with a lot of the young players, in particular Sambi Lokonga and Nuno Tavares. But in the home games against Manchester City and Liverpool, it was promising. It was so refreshing to see, because we never competed on this level. Even when we had picked up results, it's been like, oof, that was lucky. Even in the first,
get away with that.
Yeah, under Mikel Arteta, it was when we played Man City in the semi-final. We did sit back and counter attack, and we played that 5 at the back. It was good because we won and we won a cup. But you know, if we want Arsenal to have sustained success and to be winning the majority of their games, we need to be playing in a clear and defined way. And I'm starting to see that. What we lacked last season was the squad depth. Our first 11, I keep repeating this to everyone I speak to, that was not the issue. Guys, like when you're talking about Arsenal and where we finished, it's all how we finish across the season. But those points where we had our first 11, we was everybody's favourites for the top 4 when you had. But now what we're adding, and we had our injuries against Chelsea. We didn't have our Tomiyasu, Kieran Tierney, Smith Rowe, no new signing in Fabio Vieira, Ramsdale. Yeah, he started that game in goal actually.
Did he?
But, and then Turner came on towards the end.
Right. No, I thought you were talking about the beginning of the last season. My bad.
Oh yes, last season. Oh yeah. No, I'm talking about the friendly. I'm saying even we had injuries, but we still, in terms of the tactics and the performance, it was still something like, you know, that will give you confidence to go forward. And now we do have a number 9 and striker. I can understand the excitement. It's, you know what, it's brilliant. And I've got a few more points that I want to speak to you about until we talk about that Chelsea game in particular. Edu talking about the timing of Arteta's new contract. Luke, I remember when this was brought up, I think you was on Tom's show and you really spoke about it, and you spoke about how you wasn't happy. This is where Edu spoke, and this is his quotes. I'll read them to you now. I was an important part of this process. Of course, I can recommend, I can talk, but the decision in the end is for the owners and the board. But it was part of the plan as well, because we had discussions where we said, okay, now we're going to face a transfer window. I remember we were talking about this, Will, in particular. And if you want to be a club like Arsenal, and for people to see us very organised, well planned, our manager has to be renewed, because the agents and the players can say, okay, what's happening there? 1 year, 6 months, a 3-year contract? We say, no. He's our coach. He's our manager. And he's going to be here with us for a minimum of 3 years more. That's how to avoid any doubts when you're going to sign a player. Wilf, we'll start with you on this one. And your thoughts on that and hearing that. Does that give you any more clarity than you had?
Without a doubt. I mean, Lucas said there, he does. I don't understand what he doesn't get about what Edu is saying in his interview. I clearly get what he's saying. You've seen it last year with Man United with Ralph Rangnick. It unsettles a team. If you know the manager's not going to be there next season, there's players that even subconsciously will go, well, why am I listening to this brother? Because he ain't going to be here next season, and I am, and I've got to deal with the fallout. You saw how it unsettled Man United when Alex Ferguson, remember he announced, it was a few seasons before he actually left, when he announced, well, I'm leaving at the end of the season. They fell off a cliff. Every team, when they have uncertainty in the management, it affects the players, because even beyond the footballing standpoint, it's like, okay, am I going to be here next season? Is this next? Am I going to be dealing with another manager who might not want me, and I'm going to uproot my family and my kids and all the rest of it? It's unsettling, you know what I mean? Because if any one of us, if you didn't know tomorrow whether you were going to have to be, still going to be living where you live, or you're going to have to move and leave Ed and Tish and all your nephews and nieces and whatever, it's going to affect you in your day-to-day job. Yeah. Once you've got the managers tied down, you know that the plan he's laying down is for this season, is for next season, and possibly the season after. I think you need that clarity within your club. And the timing of when they did it was perfect, because to a certain degree, they're not worried about the fan base, because the fan base will see what's happening, because results will get the fan base on board. What you need to do is deal with the players that are on that pitch, make sure their mindset is right. They're the ones above everything that needs to be looked after.
Yeah.
Because if they're playing well, they're succeeding, the fan base will be happy as Larry. You know what I mean? There's always going to be somebody complaining about something. But the way you keep the fan base happy is getting them players as joined together as possible, as productive as possible, and winning stuff. And then everything falls into place. Exactly. Yeah, because you don't hear this. You don't hear this at Man City. You don't hear this at Liverpool.
No.
Because their players on the pitch are doing their stuff. So the fans ain't got nothing to complain about.
There you go.
That makes total sense to me.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. And Realist, before we move on to King, Realist says, but Tereak, is that not what he should say? Because no one wants people at your club that doesn't want to win. It's not even the fact mainly about what he said. He's speaking about these things after the matter of fact, by the way, people. Like, it's all well and good. If you'd have spoken about this last season and then, what happens. He's spoken about this after the fact, and he's saying, this has been a part of the plan, everyone. This season, he's putting pressure on this season, Realist. And we've not, in clubs that don't want to win, I've heard, Manchester United's CEOs and the members of the board, they say that they want to win, but there's no clear direction that the club is going in. And I think when people call us deluded, the TPGs, whatever, we actually do see this plan. And it's been clear and defined that getting out these older players, and Edu mentions this in this interview, about if you're 26 and not performing, you are killing the club. That was his words. Yes. You are killing the club because of the wages that you're going to be on. And that's why Arsenal took a young group, because we are looking to develop and look for players. By the time they hit that 26 range, you make that decision. You're going to have them on a decent contract. You're going to get more value. You're going to extract that. If they're performing, you improve their contract. If they're not, you can sell them and make a profit and get someone else in. This is what we haven't seen at Arsenal. And Wilf was mentioning before the stream as well that he's seen these things happen. He's seen, being the football fan that he is at the very tender age, but he's had a very experienced time as a football fan. Do you know what I mean? So, and this is my first time seeing this club take a real stance in the direction that they're going in. It's not delusion, because I've seen mistakes and I've been there like, I don't see us developing, but there is much more of an identity, not just from the top, not from the bottom, but all the way from the top. But
We've seen it out of the clubs.
Exactly. But King, my brother, what's your thoughts and points on that in terms of, the Arteta's contracts and adding to that plan as well? No matter what the people may say, they are sticking to the plan that was made.
I mean, for me, you always have to look different on manager's contract and player contract. When you sign a player on a long-term contract, it's very hard to get rid of them. You can sign a manager on a 10-year contract and you can sack him. We've seen it so many times, especially in the Premier League. So it's like, for me, I said either they sack him and be like, oh, this isn't working, or they renew the contract because they have a long-term plan. They have a plan that was bigger than just the results of one season, and they are actually looking at the structure of the club, and this person is so important to that structure, so it makes sense to sign with him. Because let's look at it as a player's perspective, and I think Edu mentioned this. If I'm player X, yeah, and let's say I play for Brighton, for example.
Yeah.
Arsenal come and approach me. Yeah, we want to sign you on a 4 or 5 year deal. Yeah, okay, but your manager, he has less than 12 months. What happened if he goes and another manager comes in that
Exactly.
has another philosophy,
Yeah.
and I don't suit that philosophy? What's going to happen to me? And if you don't even believe in that manager, why should I believe in your project?
Mm.
You
Why
need,
should I believe in your club?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So why should I join? And we can see this is happening to Chelsea. There are questions about Chelsea. Chelsea have been more successful than Arsenal lately. But the reason why players don't want to join Chelsea is because there isn't a clear plan. People don't know what this new owner is going to be. They don't have a sporting director. They don't have a technical director. They just have a manager and an owner. And today, football is run at a sophisticated level that you need to have everything in place for people to join your club. So it's like people don't underrate how important it is to have stability in your club. It is the key factors to be able to attract very good players. So
Mm.
for me, the club made the right decision. And I think I've been clear on this. What I want to see is that what is going to happen until the end of the window, what is going to happen if we have a good season, and what is going to happen if we don't have a good season. That is when I will look at the owners. How do they react? What is the plan? But for now, I think regardless if you like Arteta, if you rate him, if you don't rate him, I think keeping him for what they want to do has been proven to be right so far.
Mm.
Because the thing is this, yeah, if it doesn't work out 100% with Arteta, we have such a good ground now that any manager that comes in got a group of players that are versatile, that are
Oh.
technically good, that are young, hunger, you know, sellable
Ready to go.
assets. So you can just come in and do whatever you need to do. You don't have to do like Emery did when he took over from Wenger, or what Arteta did when he took over from Emery. So for me, Arsenal Football Club, as much as I've been so critical towards them,
Mm.
I can see something that is better now than I could 2, 3 years ago.
Exactly. And I think Ed's comment right here hits the nail on the
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
In terms of, he says, if you're watching, if you're listening, sorry, Ed says, I'm a big believer in continuity being a big part in a team's success. And that's the advantage we currently have over Chelsea right now. And it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out with Tottenham, because we know they're in a volatile situation with a manager that's extremely volatile. And if he doesn't feel like he's fully backed at all, it's the mad thing is all the signings that they've made. But if he wanted one more and he didn't get it, Conte would think
Yeah.
about
It
walking out,
does.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. And what King says there, I think if another manager was to come in at Chelsea or Tottenham, they would have to rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the difference between us and them. Is we have the nucleus of a very good team going forward.
Which is
You're
his
just going
team.
to be, yes, his team, and then you're just adding to it next, because we're not going to be buying this many players next season, next the next big transfer window next summer, because it will be tinkering like Man City, like Liverpool do. Ultimately, when you get up to the echelons, you're only buying one or two players because you've got that core in there. And what Ed says there is, so it's football. That is the nature of football. And because the Chelsea model under Abramovich has been like Saka manager, Saka manager, Saka manager, that's an anomaly. An
Yeah.
anomaly.
You
What I
said it
mean?
right the first time.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
right,
did.
sorry, yeah. But that's they're the outlier. And everybody thinks, oh, that's the model that works. It doesn't, because after a while you run out of managers. You will run out of managers. You look at Watford, how many managers they had. You look at You even look at Tottenham. Yeah, they've ran through managers up until Pochettino. They haven't won anything. Yeah, people. I don't understand. I fail to understand how so much credit is going on the likes of Spurs, the likes of Chelsea, and nobody doesn't want to give it to us. I mean, Tottenham is a classic point. They just scraped by us when we were supposed to be crap, and they've got the superior manager and they've got the 2 world-class players, and they brought in this guy at the January transfer window. They should have been miles ahead of us. They should have been miles ahead of us. Chelsea were only 5 points above in front of us, finished only 5 points in front of us. These teams, if they were so as good as everybody says, as better than everybody says than us, they should have been proper daylight. You're looking, they should have been like 7 and 10 points in front of us. Yeah, just scraping by us. Because bear in mind, if 2 more wins, we'd have been in third ahead of Chelsea. 1 more win would have been ahead of Spurs. That's nothing in football.
And do you know what the mad part is with that? Do you know when people say, "Oh, but Spurs had Europe"? Did they? They got knocked out in the group stages, for goodness sakes. Like the group stages of the Conference League where they played Dane Scarlett, Troy Parrott, and Dombele, and those guys there. Like, come on, people. Like, we got to be realistic now. They had their second half of the season was just the same as ours. And we had the injuries on top as well with a smaller squad than theirs. And without a lesser manager.
With all this, they beat us up with, you've got a skeleton squad, and you've got this, and you've not got the greatest manager and whatever, and yet they still just scrape past us.
And then when they mentioned Nuno as well, but they were sleepwalking. Nuno got manager of the month for the first month, right? Am I correct?
Who picked him?
League.
Who picked him? He didn't just walk in there and He didn't just walk in there and go, right, I'm going to be your manager without nobody saying, oh, okay then, mate. They've hired him.
It is true. But do you know what? We've spoken about this a lot. Moss has put some great points here. This is why I've left it on the screen. He says, Edu is right. We cannot have hangers on riffraff any longer. Step ups the Serie A, La Liga teams for Bellerin, Torreira, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, etc. Or go away on loan to Championship Prem teams then. Where else does he say? Tereak talks, we need the room to bring in hot youngsters and new players in. It's very true in Edu talking about players out. But we're going to move on from the Edu interview now, because there's a couple more things we still need to talk about before we wrap up. We're going to be aiming for an hour on this stream. So if you haven't done so already, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. But the rest of Moss's comment, he says, and the wage is out, but we are not getting screwed over anymore. Leno, Torreira, Pepe, etc. That's how you can see the clear change and the clear shift in this season and this year, because we would have changed that in that sense. But big up everyone in the chat right now. We've got plenty of you. The engagement's popping off. Big up to you guys. T-Dog, hope you have a good night's sleep as well. And yeah, big up everyone. And we're going to talk about this preseason game, the final game on the American tour in Orlando. The Arsenal 4, Chelsea 0. And Wilf, we spoke on last week's show, and people will say, yes, it's preseason. But when you're looking at preseason, right, yeah, you can talk about, if I think it's, yes, it's preseason if your players aren't looking sharp, or, they're getting there, they're sharp. They're sharpening their tools a little bit. But when you get slapped by 4-0, your first team as well. This isn't a Manchester United 4, Liverpool 0, where they played their kids and etc. Man United played their first team. Chelsea.
First team against first team.
Exactly. King, take us away with this one. Your thoughts on the game, the big key talking points that you want to mention. The floor is yours, bro.
Let me start first with, in preseason, what I look most at is how fit are the players, how sharp are they, and how good is the system that we're using. Because I feel like anything else is a bonus. So let's say if we were to lose 1-0 or 2-0, but we are sharp, we look fit, and the system look good, I'm okay, because it may be down to that we've had a really hard training the day before, and maybe that's why we're not winning. But for me, I have to say, I'm really impressed by how physically fit all the players look like. Like, if you look at Eddie Nketiah, it looks like he's put on like 5 kilo muscles,
Yeah,
you know.
so strong.
You can tell that they've bulked up, you know. Even players like the youths, like Patino, all of them look fitter and stronger. Martinelli, Bukayo Saka, and it's nice to see that even though it's like 2 weeks left until the season starts, we look ready, as like physically fit, we look ready, sharpness, we look ready. The system the manager wants to use, it looks like we are ready. And yes, it is a preseason and you can't get overhyped, you can't get carried away, but we played really well and we made Chelsea play really poor. And I feel like we dominated the game, and that, I think that game told me something, and it told me that Arsenal have a plan and they've been following that plan throughout the whole summer. Chelsea, on the other hand, even when you listen to the press conference from Thomas Tuchel, it's like he has players who are starting for him, but they want to leave, and the players they need to get in doesn't want to come. So it's like you can already tell that there is a balance where we are ahead of them. A lot can still happen in 2 weeks' time. The season can start and Chelsea can smash it, but I feel like we have done a lot to be where we are, and it's encouraging to see Arsenal actually look like they're ready for the start of the season. We're not in a situation where players are still on holiday and the season have started, because we had that last year, and players are coming in that needs to be in the starting 11 and they haven't been able to have a preseason with the manager. We already have 3 players who's gonna play a lot of football for the first team in Sinchenko, Jesus, and Vieira. And we also got Saliba back. And oh my God, let me just take a minute and just talk about William Saliba. Yeah, I've been hyping up this kid, and a lot of people have said, "Oh, he's overrated. We've seen and done this before." Well, what people need to understand, what is so special with William Saliba, is that when you usually have ball playing centre backs, it is the types of John Stones, your Ben Whites, who else, like Maguire. But with Saliba, he got the ball playing skills as these guys, but he got the physicality that they don't have. He got the pace that they don't have. And he got that aura as well that they don't have. This kid, yeah, he's come into Arsenal and he has all the eyes on him and all the pressure because everybody's been hyping him up. And he just looks so comfortable on the ball, off the ball. Like, he's not put a foot wrong during the preseason. I'm really excited to see what he can do for Arsenal, because I rate him and I've followed him since his days in France. So, and I can tell you that he's a better player today than he was 1 year ago. Like, as good as he was before, he's a much better player, and he's just gonna become great. If he stays injury fit, yeah, we got a diamond there.
Oh, serious. And Ed, King, you answer that one before I move over to
Oh
Will.
yes, he's gonna play. This kid is gonna play. This kid is
FPL,
gonna
keep
give.
an eye out. That's why Ed's asking, I reckon.
Yeah. So that's funny because I thought about this today, and I was like, you know what, I need to do an FPL content on gems to look out for, because Saliba, with his price and Arsenal's opening fixture, and the fact that Tomiyasu is still not fit, he's gonna get game time. So if you jump on the Saliba run, you can gain some extra point, and you know he's cheap as well. So if he get bench, you can still have it on the bench until he starts playing again.
Exactly.
I really am trying not to be hyped, not to be too gassed about Saliba, but because he's still young, you know, I mean, he hasn't actually played a serious Premier League game yet, and I'm trying to keep but the guy looks the business, man. He looks like he's gonna be one of the top defenders in the world in a very short amount of time. Yeah, I was trying to be pragmatic about it, but the brother looks good.
He does indeed. And Tezzy's in the chat. Big up Tezzy. We've strengthened a lot already, and seems like we will still get at least one more signing. I'm super excited for the season to start. Big up yourself, Tezzy, and Mr. 200 saying, "Get your money on Saliba, young player of the season." Woo! Exactly, and he's 4.5. Edmin, he is indeed. So do you know what, Wilf? I'm about to say Ed King has spoken about our newish signing, I guess. He feels like a new signing, Saliba. The floor is yours to talk about a certain Gabriel Jesus and Alexander Zinchenko in just the first half performance.
Sure, let me just get the drool off, man. I'm drooling here, man. I just got to get the drool off. Bruv, I tell you what, King said it already about friendlies don't mean anything, but Tuchel's interview showed me how much that meant. That was very telling. Because I compared this preseason to last preseason where we didn't have one and we started stuttering and all the rest of it. Everything seemed to be clicking. Genius stroke bringing in two players from a team that won 4 out of the last 5 Premier League titles, FA Cup, everything. Yeah, they're coming in as leaders. They're coming in as winners. They're up in that mentality. It's not just on the field playing, but that mentality. They're sickly good. They are intensive care good. They're that good, man. Zinchenko, he's been there less than a week and he's on the pitch and he looks like he's been there from time. Jesus, every time he steps on, he's raising Eddie's level, he's raising Saka's level, he's raising everybody around him's level. The brother is different gravy. He's in a different restaurant, bruv. He's in a different restaurant. He's just his first touch, that goal he scored against Orlando, where the ball dropped in the far corner, the first touch, bang, goal, top roof of the net. The over Mendy. Mendy is one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and he sat him on his bottom. It's just the way we're playing. I see that clear system going into the start of the season, and preseason is bragging rights, but like King said, it shows you what level your team is at, what they're ready to go, the style of play that they're going for, and I'm liking it. And there are going to be teams that are going to get slapped about. Mark my words. There are teams that if they're not ready, if they're not prepared, are going to get slapped about because they're expecting to play the Arsenal of last season, not this one.
Yeah.
And it's good that you said that because I forgot. There was one thing that I wanted to take up that I haven't seen from Arteta before that I saw in this game is that in the second half, when Chelsea changed formation, so did the manager. He reacted to it, and we still could keep the pressure up. And that's something I've been wanting to see for a long time, that for Arteta to be able to take the next step, we need to be more flexible. And I saw that, and it's good, As I said, it's preseason. I don't want to get overhyped or things, but, I like to look at the small details and analyze the game, and I see things now from Arteta that I haven't seen before. And as Wilf is saying, I think we are going to surprise a lot of teams next season.
Definitely. And guys, we're not going to just wrap it up here. We still got one more to go, but guess what, people? I know it's a short one today compared to what we usually have, but don't worry. Next week is the big Arsenal season preview where we'll be having the lovely, the beautiful melanin that you guys can see on your screen right now in Will thinking up on screen. If they're ready, if they're available, I need to speak to them after this about it. But yeah, stay tuned. Next week, we're going to be talking everything, individual players a little bit more and really in depth and what we're looking at in our first game of the season, how we're feeling, the expectations, what signings do we need to add, and players, everything like this. But for now, we're going to brush over it. Big up Brush. I don't know if he's still in the comments, but yeah. We've got a little tier list for you all. Let me get this banner off so you can see it nice and clear. I've made this tier list, and I made it a little bit earlier, and I thought, you know what, let's have a little bit of a fun game at the end and just hear a little bit of your thoughts on these certain players and what you would do with them. It's a bit different. It's not as obvious as a keep, sale, or loan. So the tiers, starting from the top, and we're going to work from the top to bottom. At the top, this is the star player who you'll build your team around. So the lads below me, they're going to decide who they're going to put in there, star players or etc., who they want to put in there, who you need to build the team around. The next one,
can you have more than one in there? Can you have more than one in there?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, definitely. The next one, just below that, it's not bad still. It's excited to watch. You're excited to see them this season, whether they're a new signing or you're just looking forward to seeing them kick on, what you've seen from pre-season, or just like that. The one below that one though is something a little bit different, where this player needs to improve. They're going to be in and around the first team. They might start, but you still need to see an element of improvement. Don't worry, it's not just about performance. It can be with injuries as well, in terms of availability, consistency in their performance. We'll get into it and we'll hear the people's thoughts and we'll break it down. If you guys got any questions, let me know in the comments when we do go, I'll answer them if you've got anything at all. And the one below needs to improve this is their last chance to prove to us as the fans. Yes, we know that they're going to be here for this season, but you literally have the last chance. Wilf or King are willing to give you a chance this season to show what you're worth. They see the potential. It hasn't quite hit home, but we're going to give you that chance this season. It's make or break. Or right at the bottom, I've seen enough. Get them out, sell them, get them on loan. Needs to develop X, Y, and Z. You know how it goes. Are you ready, people?
Yeah.
Are you ready, King?
Yeah. I'm ready.
Let me see. Is everyone in the chat ready as well? Tezzy says this looks like fun. Big up Hanifi saying, Tereak, I think you will start bright, but will lose its fire by the end as you've not brought in enough attacking talents to bring in fresh legs for Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe. I mean, we'll see. We might bring someone by then as well.
I think we will.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see.
The window's not over, guys.
Yeah.
Where's it? 1st of September,
really saying, loving this segment, team. Might have to light steal it. Hey, bro, run away with it. As long as you just say you got it from me, it's all yours.
Yeah.
You know what? You're my brother. I'll let you have it. No copyright claims. You can steal it. I'll give it you after this. I'll pass it over. But yeah. And PM, you know what? He's put the first one in. Now look at Courts in here. The meaty squad. Big up Courts.
Who does he support?
What was you saying? Sorry.
Which team does he support?
Man United. Come on, talk to him, King.
I know.
Maguire FC.
Oh man, there you go, right there. So should we start off with Gabriel Jesus?
Yeah. You know.
People in there. I didn't put them in, by the way. But yeah, they're not at Arsenal, so I won't put them in. But where is Gabriel Jesus? There he is. I found him.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
Build a team around him. Yeah.
Build the team around Gabriel Jesus. Yeah. You saying that?
There's one man. There's actually one man I want to put in there, but in two different categories. But we'll do that as we get to it.
Okay. So yeah, you agreeing, King? Build the team around Gabriel Jesus.
100%. You don't bring him in at that age with that talent and experience to not build the team around him.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, big up M, my bro. Sorry, it's going to be a short one tonight. Next week though, stay tuned for that one. We will have a call-in show as well, my bro, and you'll be able to, when the floor is yours to talk about it in the upcoming season. Apologies, man. I've just got to have an early night tonight, but big up my bro right there. So yeah, build the team around Gabriel Jesus. We'll start in order now. What about Gabriel Magalhaes? Wilf, we'll start off with you because I don't know. I think you and King might disagree.
I am excited to watch him, and for two reasons. One, because he's a year more experienced, I want to see him hold his head more. I still want that fire. I still want that aggression. I still want that battling, but I want him to be a little bit smarter about it. You know what I mean? Be a little bit wiser. Be getting players sent off rather than getting bookings and getting sent off himself. I want him to be that beast, and I want him to step up and show Saliba the way.
Yeah,
because we know what talent he is. We know what he's capable of. So again, actually, he's another one he could be in the excited to watch, but he could be needs to improve. But I'll put him in the excited to watch because I think he's going to be a little bit more settled in with what's around him, and it's going to make him a better player this season.
That's no worries, Wesbird, at all. What about your thoughts? Are you putting him in excited to watch, King?
No, I think he said everything where you want to put a player in needs to improve. And it's not a negative. I think Gabriel is a very good centre back. I really do. I think I'm really glad that we got him. I think the price we got for him is a bargain. And I think it's very hard to find left-footed centre back that are at his level or above. But I do think that he needs to improve on a few things. I do think he needs to improve on playing from the back, sloppiness, concentration, and his aggression.
Yeah.
If he improves on that, he's gonna be quite complete as well as a centre back. So yeah.
Do you know what, Wilf? I actually do agree with King in this sense, and the reason is Brush, if he was still in here, I'm sure realists heard me say it as well. I'll put this guy in. I think he can. The sky's the limit for Gabriel in terms.
I think that's why I'm putting him in excited to watch because it's all the same things. But I think he will do it this season, and that's what I'm excited about. But like I said to you, he could go in both, and I'm fine for you, the guys, to put him in needs to improve.
Yeah, it's because I want to see.
It's not like a negative, like for
no.
Like, you know, like with Nuno Tavares, for example. That guy really needs to improve.
Yeah. I totally get what you're saying. I just think I'm coming from it from a different angle than you guys because I'm thinking that's what's going to happen. That's what I'm excited to see.
Yeah.
Whereas you guys are going like, well, he needs to do this. So this perfectly fine. Yeah.
There you go. Big up Graham in the place as well. We've got a show next week. You're more than welcome to come on, my bro. All the Arsenal fans, let's get everyone in there. We'll try and get Harry in there as well. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah.
It's too busy. And Tom, you know what I mean? But we'll see. Now we've got so Gabriel sticking him to needs to improve. And it's for a positive reason, not for negative. So definitely. Burn Leno.
Gotta go.
Looks like he's gonna go, isn't it?
Gotta go. I don't think his heart and his mind's in it. I'd love to keep him because he's a world-class keeper. But he doesn't want to stay. It's time for him to go. He's got World Cup. He's got to go. Yeah.
I don't know if he's world class, but he's a very good goalkeeper.
If he's looking to get into that German national squad and be number one. They don't take just anybody.
Yeah, I get you. I think he had the potential to be world class at one point, but he can't command his box anywhere near enough to be. You know what I mean? Like we've seen him in the Brentford game, Manchester City, where the ball's coming like right across him and he's watching it. Like,
I think with Leno, if he had the mentality of Ramsdale, he would have become world class. But you see, as soon as he got competition, it was like, oh, I'm number two now. You know what I mean? It's like even when Martinez was there and Martinez was starting to become number one, we kind of had to sell Martinez to, prove to Leno that you are the guy. And I was looking at him and feel like, okay, are you gonna step up? But he didn't, and that's why we got Ramsdale. But he's a very good keeper. I would have loved for him to be our number two. Ahead of Turner, but he wants to move. I wish him all the best. He's done well for us.
And I think people are doing him a disservice because he doesn't command his box as well. He's got limitations, but I still think he can be classed as world class because he's reliable. He's consistently a great shot stopper. I think the thing, because people compare him to Ramsdale. Ramsdale is next level because there ain't many keepers out there like Ramsdale. And people go, well, if he ain't Ramsdale level, he ain't world class. He is a top level keeper. Yeah, the top level keeper. There's only a few keepers that he wouldn't in the Premier League that he wouldn't get into their first team. He wouldn't be a starter for them.
Nah, I hear that. I hear what you're saying, but world class for me, that's like the world's best in that sense.
Okay, maybe not world class, but top tier, top level keeper.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Court was saying is there. Leno's a good keeper, but he's not Arsenal's level. I just don't think he has it all around in his game to do that. I think very good shot stopper. I think once again, I'm linking parallels to Manchester United here, but David De Gea, like he's like a better Leno in that sense, where he's a very good shot stopper, but he's not coming off his box. He's not great with the ball at his feet. He's making, I know it's in friendlies, but it's still errors. You know what I mean?
But he made them last year as well.
And would you consider him world class?
No, I wouldn't consider
De Gea.
But I used to look at De Gea as world class.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If it wasn't for him,
but it's hard with De Gea
last season, Man United's
defense.
I'm talking low mid-table. With the defense that he had in front of him and some of the saves that he was making last season, because ultimately a goalkeeper is like a defender or a striker. First and foremost, you need to stop the ball going in the back of the net. And that's what he does. Whether he does it with his foot, his ear, his big toe, his bottom, whatever. Some of the saves that guy was doing, there are one or two other keepers that are making those saves. Yeah.
You see, Will, this is the reason why Leno, he looked world class when we was having shot after shot after shot coming up against him. But as soon as you have to stay concentrated and you have to do a little bit more coming off your line, we saw it against Wolves when he came off his line. Look what happened then. And we've seen it in plenty of occasions when he's coming out of his box. That's where Alisson, Ederson, they shine. And that's where they're like, you know what?
They are top level world class. They are top. They're elite world class. You can have world class, and then there's tiers in that. Yeah,
I feel like the modern game has moved away from De Gea. Like 3 years ago, if you asked me, I would have told you he's world class. But now, because the playing from the back and the way keepers needs to come out and sweep, he's not good enough on those part of the game, and that's why he's gone from world class for me to a top class goalkeeper.
But I hear what you're saying, but for me, a goalkeeper is like a striker. If the striker's putting the ball in the back of the net and scoring 20, 30 goals a season, but his build-up play ain't that great, or he's chasing down ain't that great. The main thing that he needs to do, he's doing, and I think that's first and foremost in front of it with a keeper. Yeah, I totally agree with you with that. The landscape has changed, King, and to be elite, you've got to be all round. But for the essentials, you need someone that can stop that ball going in the back of the net.
But this is where I say this isn't just a goalkeeper. That's not just required from a goalkeeper anymore. That's why we struggled with Leno and to Keenan and Bruno. Do you know what, guys? David De Gea doesn't even get picked for his national team. That's what I'm saying. Robert Sanchez gets picked ahead of him because that is so much more of a modern goalkeeper nowadays. Even when we talk about De Gea as a traditional goalkeeper, I've seen plenty of Man United fans say he's so poor of coming off his line. And he's got Maguire ahead of him and that. But I know after watching Ramsdale, I saw that Ramsdale was injured for the majority of the second half of the season. But I've seen him come on off his line when we're playing that high line. We saw it against Chelsea, how many times he was clear. And I was like, you know what? That's such a relief for defenders. And that takes 100% pressure off you. When you're coming off the line, claiming a cross, it's like, I wish I had a keeper that was like that when I was playing.
No doubt. No doubt. But I'm all I'm saying is, especially particularly with De Gea, his shortcomings with the ball going forward.
Yeah.
Wilf,
I've got it for you now. I've got it for you. I've just thought, sorry, I had to say this.
Go.
You're talking about a striker. Would you say now someone who's a very, very elite finisher, a great finisher, but they can't hold up the ball, they're not very,
like Aubameyang.
Yeah. Would you say they're world class now? Elite finisher.
Okay.
They don't have.
I'll go one better. What was the biggest gripe about Ronaldo last season? Yeah, was that he can't close down and whatever, blah blah. He's missing this. He can't run with the ball like he used to and whatever.
I'm glad you mentioned Ronaldo.
The brother is still world class.
As an individual, scored 18 goals, but United as a team scored less goals. So it didn't benefit them in the long run.
This is what I'm saying to you.
So for me,
you can have that man.
That if you just scoring goals, it doesn't really benefit the team as it maybe did 10, 15 years ago. As of now, you need to...
Oh, but King, your microphone's unplugged, I think.
Yeah.
One sec.
Yeah, but goals win games. Yeah? Keepers that can keep the ball out the net saves you points.
It's back.
Can consolidate games. This is what I'm saying to you. I know that games moved on, and I'm not disputing that the game's moved on whatsoever. And you need to, when you're at the top echelons of the game, the elite of the elites, you need more from your.
I'll give you an example. Yeah, Gabriel Jesus may never score as many league goals as Aubameyang did for us.
Nope.
But in general, he will make sure that Arsenal as a team score more goals, and that is why
goal contributions will add up.
Yeah. We go contributions, pressures, runnings, open up defense, and in the end, that is what gives you more to the team than just being a lead goal scorer, and that is why someone like a Benzema, for example, is so vital for Real Madrid, because even when he wasn't banging in goals, the team were banging in goals because he was giving them link up, he was giving them pressure, he was giving them technique, good passing. And that's why for me, now when I look at players, for me to be able to class you at world class, you need to be world class at a lot of things.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
And that's why for me, if you look at Alisson, for example, for Liverpool, like he's good at the feet. He will come out, he will sweep, he's good in the air, he got good reflex. And when you start listing what he's good at, and you start listing at what De Gea is good at, you will see that there's a different in levels. And that's why for me, one is
disputing that at all. Yeah, I'm not disputing that at all. And I suppose it's semantics at that stage. But yeah, I totally get like you said, the landscape has changed. You need more in your bag, in your locker as a keeper or as a striker. But you cannot negate those or what's the word I'm looking for? You cannot forget the essentials.
Yeah.
That you come with.
Even those essentials. It's like with David De Gea, as I'm saying, they're claiming from crosses. That's your traditional goalkeeper. They're very good at claiming crosses, even if it's not the balls at his feet, coming off his line in that sense. But
okay, I'm going to ask you a hard question, Wilf. I'm going to ask you a hard question. If you could only choose one of these players, Dennis Bergkamp or Aubameyang, who are you choosing?
Bergkamp. I thought you were going to say Bergkamp or Henry, but
because the thing with Henry is that he was complete. So my argument is more that
but so was
Aubameyang will score you 20, 30 goals.
He was a better finisher than Bergkamp.
Bergkamp will score you maybe 10, 15 goals, but the whole team will benefit from his skill set and Arsenal.
Yeah,
and that's why
the better comparison is empty. But I'll give you an example. One of the things that we were saying last season was that Laka wasn't getting the goals. He was doing everything else. He was, being in amongst it.
But I didn't think he did everything else. I used to tell people that I disagree because the thing with Laka was that I felt like his legs had gone. So
they had,
if
but
he was
a
deep,
lot of people were saying that
he would stay deep, or if he was high, he had to stay high. Like he couldn't do any transition because he didn't have the pace in the leg anymore. And I felt like he would work hard, but I do think that people kind of overrated his link-up play.
Oh, nah. His link-up play was very good.
I think that I'm going to give you an example, At the beginning of the season, when he was first playing and he was giving us a lot of assists, his link-up play was good. But then he got tired. And as soon as he got tired, his link-up stopped and the assist stopped to come. And that is when Eddie joined.
But what was our biggest problem last season? Goals.
No, it was goals creativity. Because we were like 13.
We've created opportunities.
Even if you check, this is why I love stats, because stats told us that we were 13th in the league in open play creativity. So for a team that finished 5th, we really underachieved in creating chances. Because the thing is that you will always miss chances, but the teams that create most are the teams that score most. And this is why Liverpool and Man City are elite, because they will create more chances than any other team, and that's why they score more goals. Like, the problem is, if we only create 2 big chances in the game and we miss both of them, it will be like, oh, we can't score goals. But if we create 5 big chances, we miss 3, but we score 2, no one is complaining.
I hear what you're saying, but that was the biggest thing, and it was like there was no one to put the ball in the back of the net. This is what I'm saying to you about the essentials. The essentials are still even more relevant than they were before. You have to add more to that, but the essentials, or whatever position that you are playing, it's particularly goalkeeper and striker, because they are probably the most.
Sorry, Tereak. We
I just looked at the time. I'm like,
yeah. Go on. We'll catch you on next week.
We're already at the third one.
Yeah.
Right, we got to run through the rest now. We've still got Leno for ages. Big up everyone in the chat. But we'll go on to the next one now. Zinchenko. What are you saying for him, Wilf?
Excited to watch.
Yeah. Same here. I'm really excited to see what it's going to bring to the team.
100%.
Definitely. No, we can't do Yuri Tielemans. We'll get it. I'll be a meme if I did that.
You need to buy one.
I know, right? Exactly.
I want to change Jesus and put him in a cell. I'm kidding. Go on.
Fabio Vieira as well.
Excited to watch.
It's going to be the same, isn't it?
Yeah, because he's a new signing. You with new signings, it's almost a given.
Yeah, definitely. Ramsdale now.
Yeah, this is a hard one.
For me, he's in the build a team around.
I
think he's in the build a team around.
I think he's been excited to watch myself.
Yeah. But I get what Wolf is saying, because the thing is, we've kind of built our play towards what Ramsdale does. So it's like the reason why he's ahead of Leno is because we are building the team around him with the playing from the back, with the sweeping, and
the movement up front.
Yeah. And I think that the reason why Ramsdale's quality dropped in the second half is because of that hip injury. And he wasn't 100% fit. But, before that, he was amazing.
Yeah, before that, I would have put him in build around the team.
And that is his level.
That's his first season. This was his first season.
Build the team around him. Because
you know what?
The goalie is so important for the way we play.
We just spoke about it.
If we don't build the team around the goalie, it kind of contradicts to what the manager wants to do.
It's difficult, though, because this is why I say it's when you put like Gabriel Jesus and the players like that, I think, it's clear as day that you're going to build the team around them. But if Ramsdale had a little bit of a poor form and Turner was doing well in the cup competitions, I'm sure you'd probably think, mate, let's have a look at Turner in goal. So that's why I can't say.
I don't. Because look, when he had his bad spells, he was still performing. Yeah, he had the odd mistake and the couple of and he plays risky balls. When he plays out from the back, he plays risky balls.
Yeah,
so he's always it's like a race car that's always on the red.
Yeah,
it's always on the edge. So there are times it's gonna break down.
I get what you're saying, and I expect that from players. I mean, Gabriel Jesus, he'll miss at least one sitter this season as well. So when it comes to that, but I still think he needs to have one more season to.
But Tereak,
at the top level,
do you not think that if we were not building around Ramsdale, we would have bought a better number 2 than Turner?
I don't know. I don't, because a goalkeeper wasn't a necessity like that, because we've got Ramsdale, who's very, very good. And I'm excited to see. That's what I'm saying. I'm excited to see if he can.
I see what you're saying.
Like, the question is, when you're saying build the team around them, are they at the level where right now, today, that's going to be Champions League, like, and competing for the titles? I see that with Jesus, and I see that with we'll get to another player, Saka, or even a Thomas Partey, but I wouldn't even necessarily put him in there. That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay, let me ask you this then, Tereak.
Yeah.
Let's say next season we finish 4th and we win the Europa League, which means we are playing in Champions League next season.
Then
are we buying a new goalkeeper?
No. But that's
so
what I'm
then
saying.
we are building around him.
Yeah, then we're building around him.
But you know, like,
it doesn't mean that he's amazing. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have his fault. But I feel like Arsenal Football Club right now, the way we are playing, we are building around Ramsdale, and that's why
I think honestly, I think there's only 3 keepers that I wouldn't burn the house down if we got in to replace him. Mendy's one, Alisson, and Emerson. Those are the 3 keepers that we did a swap round and they said, right, you can have any one of these 3 over Ramsdale. They're the only 3 that I would take and go, all right, I got to see Ramsdale go, but okay. I wouldn't swap him for anyone.
I hear that. I hear what you're saying. I agree. I wouldn't swap him for anyone, but I don't think he's quite there yet to be saying this guy's a Champions League level player. I can't guarantee you that yet. And then that's why I say I'm excited.
It's his mentality.
He's still got to develop.
I get what you're saying. And he's not, we can't say that he's Champions League level because he's never played in the Champions League.
Yeah,
so
true.
We don't even know if he's
but
what we know is
Champions League, but you know he's Champions League level. You know
Yeah. But what we also know is that we are building. But okay, Tereak, but if Rafinha doesn't have a good year like Sancho, like when United bought Sancho, everybody was saying that he's one of the best talent, he's Champions League level. But if he goes on another season and he doesn't bank, no one is going to say that he's Champions League level anymore. And if Rafinha, for example, goes to Barca and he doesn't perform, then those questions starts coming up. Is he a player who can only play in a small team and you build around him? But for me, it's like when I look at Ramsdale, it's more that I'm not saying he's Champions League, but we are building around him. So for me, it would be strange to say that he's not in the build the team around. Not because that he's at the same level as Gabriel Jesus, but because of he's so important to us as a club.
I hear that. I definitely do agree with you. I understand, yes, we are building the team around him in that sense. But in terms of the level that I'm seeing it as.
Okay, put him in excited to watch then. And then maybe next season we'll see.
If he even does what he did last season, next season, then I'm like, yeah, it's 2 seasons now. Do you know what I mean? But I'll put him in there.
Yeah, fair play.
Fine. I want him in the top though.
Yeah. I mean,
how we spent
no. I'm outvoted. Put me in excited to watch.
Yeah. Excited to watch. You have to follow.
Excited to watch. Come outvoted. But just remember, if he has the same season next season, Tereak, and we do this again,
clip him.
Yeah.
I think he will, but the thing
No,
is-
I don't think he will.
We're coming for you next season.
I'm
then.
saying-
Two
You
out
man,
bonus.
Yeah,
you
be
man
like
are
Tereak
twisting
never
my
rated
head.
him.
hey, yo, if I see this Ramsdale, if I see you coming after me for Ramsdale, I'm like, I was the one. Man, are you looking at me? I was the one who was talking about it. Oh no, but big up everyone. Big up Peony in the place as well. Big up Tezzy, everyone. Peony's agreeing with me. He sees my point. He sees my point, but Tezzy says put him at the top as well.
Tezzy knows what she's talking about, bro.
Westbird agreed with me. She knows what she's talking about. Okay. Big up.
Westbird's been on the sauce, man. Westbird's been on the sauce.
Oh man. Big up. Big up, man. I hope it's all going well, Peony. Hope you're having a good time, man. And hopefully.
Yeah. Good luck with the move.
Yep.
Yeah, all the best with that, man. Hopefully somewhere settled down, head rested, you know what I mean, and somewhere that you'll call home. All right, Bellerin, we know where that's going.
Yeah. We don't need to spend time on him.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I'm just saying this. I actually would. He's definitely going, and he should go.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be sad to see him go.
Oh, okay.
I'll be happy for him that he's leaving because he's actually going somewhere he wants to be. So at least you can warm your heart with that wealth.
Yeah, exactly.
Bellerin shorts are 2 times. That's what it is. Big up Louis. Look at social. And Tezzy saying bye to Bellerin. I hope he's saying bye to Bellerin and not to us. I hope.
Yeah. And I've seen Mr. W in a pink leotard, so you know.
Man. But here we go.
Happy birthday to Peony then.
Was it?
Yeah, I think
Happy birthday today!
Peony.
Yeah. How come you didn't tell us?
You got the birthday thing. Happy birthday, P.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I hope you had a wonderful birthday and we wish you all the success and happiness in life, man. You're a good lad.
Exactly, man. Big up Peony. Happy birthday to you as well, my brother. And that was, you know what, King put that well then. This Kiwi chat, guys, man. Yo, I always say an hour, and it always goes well.
I know. Good, we're trying to rush through it, and this is us rushing through it as well.
Because we spent about half an hour talking about Leno.
Goalkeepers.
And Ramsdale.
Because you lot didn't just agree with me and let it go.
I know, right? I'm in the fire. Big up everyone. Bye to Bellerin, but wish him well. Yeah, I get you. But we miss you too. Big up everyone in the chat right now.
Yeah.
Smash that like button. All right. This is a interesting one. Nicola Pepe. I personally would sell.
I think we have to, but I've seen signs in his body language, in his attitude in pre-season that says to me there is a way back for him, and he's willing to challenge to stay with this team. I personally think he wants to because he can see where it's going.
Yeah.
I think we will sell him, but I would put him on last chance to prove himself. If we don't get decent money for him, I'll put him on last chance.
The sentimental part in me says give him a last chance. My head tells me sell him. So it's so hard, you know. It's like, and I saw that statement from Pepe yesterday, and I posted it on Twitter. So it's like, where do I stand with him? Because at one point, I was so disappointed with him last season. But then again, when I saw him against Chelsea on the left, and I do think that he's less predictable on the left, and if we can't get someone in better, do we then give him a last chance? I don't know. It's hard. If we can sell him, if we can get 20-25 million, I'm all for it.
I see. I this thing about him not being an Arteta player and blah blah. I just think with Arteta, it's if you display the qualities that he needs and wants, then you're his player. If you don't, then you're not. I would love to see him have a last chance. I really would.
Europa League's his level, possibly. If Arsenal can't find another winger that they really deem ready, then you'll do well in the Europa League. But if he was in the Champions League, he's got to go.
Oh no, Champions League, hell no.
So I'm guessing. What are you saying, King? Will's put him in last chance. Are you saying sell?
Either one.
Or last chance? The decision's on you.
You know what? The thing is this: if the season starts and Pepe looks sloppy again, I'm gonna be like, oh, why did we sell him?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, because we are so good at buying players now. Yeah, sell him. We can buy someone better.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. No, okay. He could, like I said,
Will.
he could go either. Like I said, he could go either. You know what I mean?
Matt Turner, I'm guessing excited to watch because we haven't really seen anything.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm very excited.
I don't know how good he is. I don't want to
understand
down talk him because he comes from America and I don't watch MLS.
The reports I've heard. The reports I've heard.
Be
He's excited to watch.
See.
Yeah, excited to see. Yeah,
and he's happy to be here. So I want to give him an
he's a gooner.
You know, he's a gooner. Last chance for time.
Social man.
Social got no patience.
Oh, good.
So yeah, I don't really understand the criticism of Turner. Like, one I've seen
he hasn't played yet. He hasn't played yet.
When he has, I don't think he's been that bad. Like,
it's pre-season. Like, at least let him get in.
Yeah, I've liked what I've seen so far. So she's killing me, man. So she's killing me.
Needs to improve on pre-season. It's just settling in, isn't it? It is just settling in. All right, here's a big. You know what? Here's a big one. Thomas Partey. He can literally range from. I mean, some people might
build a team. No, we could. Yeah, he could. He could. King, you go first this time. On Thomas.
Oh, King, you're on mute. It's unplugged again. Yeah. Plug it back in, and then I'm still letting you go first because I'm.
Can you hear me,
guys? Yeah. Guys in the chat. Yeah. Let us know what you're saying. King started.
Yes. So I've said this, I think, on a couple of streams that for me, Thomas Partey playing as a DM in a lone 6 in a 4-3-3 system, he's the most important player we have. Because for me, the DM is the one who starts the attack, break the lines, protect the defense. So for me, he's the most important player in the system that we are playing. So obviously, you need to build the team around him. But again, if he goes on and he's injury prone, then this is his last season to prove that he can be fit. Otherwise, we kind of have to move on from being so reliant on him. And then am I excited to see if he can stay fit, or do we build the team around him? Is it last chance, or does he need to improve on his physicality?
Oh yeah, I hear what you're saying, and that's where. This has caught me by surprise. Okay. Quality when fit, but rarely fit. Controversial, I know, but I'd sell him. We need fit.
Wow.
And do you know what?
I
just wanted to ask.
Do we put him in last chance? Does he need to improve on his physicality? Are we excited to see if he can stay fit, or do we build the team around him? It's so hard.
Mr. Wisburn taking no prisoners, boy.
It's so hard. This is the hardest one. And
you know, if this was the French Revolution, guillotine drop, boy.
Isn't it? For real, Mr. West. He's ruthless, West.
Yes. But I understand what he's saying. Because of the progress that we're making. We can't be sentimental in any way, shape, or form. Even though I know I am. But with Partey, and I'm going with my TPG head on here. And with what King said, I think he will stay fit. After I'm putting my money on him staying fit after one season and knowing his body better in the Premier League, I'm putting him in the build team. Yeah, I know. I'm putting him in the build team around because he's so vital to us, and it showed with when he was injured. What happened to our season last season? So,
where's your head at? Tereak.
Do you know what? This is
Yeah.
what I also wanted to say. It's not.
Yeah.
I think we also need to remember as well, guys, when Thomas Partey was fit at the start of the season, question how fit he was because I know he had an injury. He weren't great, you know. He still wasn't
No,
good.
No,
It was
I don't think he was fit. I don't think he was fit.
I was quite annoyed by him.
Bro, that Man United game, I literally said, nah,
Yeah.
that's it. I'm finished
Yeah.
with Partey.
Yeah, I remember.
Like
I
that
remember.
Man United, I was like, you know what? He's up against McTominay and Fred. Like,
Yeah.
we saw him dominate at Old Trafford. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's got to do it again now. Like, we got to win this. And then he showed little spurts. I know for Erdegaard's goal, he played that ball to Martinelli, but then I was still seeing him be sloppy on the ball, and I was like, oh, man, I've seen enough of this. And then we saw Everton.
Yeah, and I was like, nah.
And then I'm like, when is this guy going to turn up? Next thing you know, Southampton, and then he goes on a massive run until he gets in.
Yeah, exactly.
So like,
and I think that was a Thomas Partey, a fit Thomas Partey.
but it's not about, even when he's on the pitch, make sure you're fit, man. Like, just be fit.
I think last season he wanted to be there so much that he was like Tierney. Him and Tierney are the same. They instead of waiting till they're 100%, they're like, if they're 8, 70, 60%,
because they were so
they'll go, they'll go, right, I've got to do this for the team. So it's about their heart being too big for their head.
Yeah.
Maybe Partey wasn't settled outside the pitch. So he wasn't recovering enough. He wasn't getting enough sleep. I know it's a lot of speculation, but you know, with everything that has happened, you know, maybe there was something there, because as soon as, you know, he started to play well, you could tell that, okay, this is a world-class player. Like the level he's playing at now, well, it was just wow. It was a beauty to watch. But, you know, as Tereak said before that, I had almost given up on him. I was like, have we really bought the right Partey? You know, is this his cousin, or, you know, what's going on?
It's true.
But I mean, the thing about it is also what we're not factoring in this season is the players around him are going to take a lot of pressure off him. So we might see more out of him. We've got a better team because last season
improve.
I agree.
Because he
could be
fitness. If he doesn't improve his fitness, it's impossible to build a team around him. It's impossible to be excited to see him play because he needs to save.
He's not playing.
So
but he won't be as integral. He won't need to be as important this time round. So because that was one of the things where there was a few games there where, because teams knew everything was going through Thomas Partey, teams would double, triple up on him.
Take care, David.
Take it easy. They would double and triple up on him, which nullifies him. So him not having to do that, or us coming from different angles this season, will ease the pressure on him and see him more. But wherever you want to put him, I'll be happy in that 4 because he could fit.
Yeah, so needs to improve, because I agree with King there. B&B saying Sambi, Elneny, and Xhaka. Yeah, you see, Sambi pre-season. We'll talk about Sambi.
We'll get there.
You know what? Let's go. Lucas Torreira, easy.
Go.
Go.
Don't even
I can't stand him anymore.
Give him away. I want to get money, but give him away now.
Actually, if we paid him to leave, I wouldn't be pissed.
I can't
stand him anymore. He just needs to leave.
He's such a petulant child. I know he's the right one, but sorry. Torreira can't settle. Yeah, exactly. Not fancied. Out. Torreira. See you later. Exactly. Okay. But right. Honestly, we're gonna have to try and be quick now. Yeah. So when you give your points, give it goal with bang. Kieran Tierney, because this is another controversial one.
Last chance. Been injured too long. If he has another season where he's already missed 50 Premier League games for us.
Wow.
See, injuries aren't the player's fault, so that's why
it's not about that. But your best ability is your availability.
What's best for us, isn't it, King?
Yeah. We have to be selfish. Do you know how many years I was dreaming of a fit Abu Dhabi or Jack Wilshere, or Thomas Rosicky or Robert? Like, we've been there so many times. I'm not doing that to my heart anymore. It's last chance for Kieran Tierney for me.
Okay.
What you saying,
I'll be cool with that. I mean, I think he needs to improve. Again, he's like Party, but I think needs to be improved. But last chance is a good place for him.
Yeah, and
because we need to move on.
Yeah, exactly. Ainsley,
same.
So
his attitude's wrong. I mean, I must admit, in pre-season it seems to be better, and when I see him with the other team, it seems to be better. If he could get his head right, I'd put him in last chance. And if we can't, if he could get his head right and can't get the money for him, put him in last chance.
Yeah, exactly. Just the thing with Tezzy, the main reason he's been here longer. That's why.
Exactly. He's been here longer. That's why.
If it was the same next season, then we'd say last season. Well, you know what? Partey's older as well, so maybe we wouldn't say last chance. Maybe we'd say sell. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's agreeing. But Mr. Westbur says last chance for Ainsley. I'd put him in sell as well. You just got to make some money on him. He's a academy product as well now, isn't he? Remember?
Yeah.
It's everything. Anything you make on him is a profit, and the same goes for Reece Nelson for me. What about you guys? Sell?
Yeah, I'm the same. I think
I've
not been impressed by Reece, if I'm honest. I had high hopes for him, but I think he needs to change environment and go to a team that believes in him. Yeah,
and it's again, both him, Reece, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles. It depends on who comes in. If we're not getting players in, then you can put them in the last chance. But they need to go.
Yeah,
hurts me to say that, but they need to go.
William Saliba.
Sell him.
We'll
no,
go first.
Please.
No,
I'm gonna block you.
Build a team around.
Where you at, Tereak?
Excited to watch before you can build the team around. Right. I know he will, but
build the team around him. I said it. With the qualities he has.
You are right, but
I get what you mean. But eventually,
because he hasn't done it, and I said it earlier because he hasn't done it in a Premier League in aggression. And I said I'll try not to be gassed.
Excited to watch then, and that's fair.
Yeah.
And then next season, if he kicks on, then we can build the team around.
Yeah, I'll try not to be gassed about him. So definitely excited to watch.
Build. Look, we got a mixture. We got excited. I'm guessing Peeney saying excited there as well. Build.
Nobody ever knows what Peeney's saying.
saying Saliba excited, but you guys have gone for build, and King took that risk, and so did, and
No, I said excited.
No, he said excited. He said excited.
He said build. No.
Oh, man. I you know what? I said build. So as me that said build, so I don't care. I'm quite happy.
What about Mo? Mohamed El Nene? Last chance?
No. I really hate
a 1 year contract though, Will.
Yeah, but we need squad players. We need reliable squad players.
But, okay,
what I'm saying, yes.
Will. Yeah. Why it is last chance is that next year, hopefully, we are a Champions League team. So if El Neni at his age and his contract length, if he doesn't really prove that he can play in Champions League, then we're not going to extend with him next season. That's why it's a kind of a last chance for him to prove.
I see what you're saying, and I know that El Neni is limited, but he doesn't have bad games. He has games where you don't notice him or he hasn't done anything exciting or whatever, but he's so solid. He's so reliable. I would put him in needs to improve.
He's not gonna though. Like,
but at his age,
I don't know. I think he did towards the end of the season because everybody said, "Oh, we always pass sideways and backwards," and then you saw him progressing passing.
Do you know what?
I think he's capable of.
I kind of saw that though when El Neni played in that season where we finished 8th in lockdown. Because El Neni played at Old Trafford when Thomas Partey was there, and that's when I said, "Away game, you have to play Partey and El Neni because El Neni just
exactly."
And Partey,
this is what I'm saying to you.
So that's what I think. Just last chance to prove he's not going to be here next season if we make Champions League.
No, he's not. So, but
unless he went on a madness, like
that's why it's the last chance for me.
Yeah, I agree.
He needs to, for him to be able to stay at Arsenal next season, he needs to really prove himself.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go on in.
Yeah. Look at that. Everyone in the chat. I think they're probably saying a little bit higher in terms of 7. I think 7's a bit high. 6 out of 10, I'd say every time with the odd 7. Because 7's like, still a decent, good performance. But 6 is above average, and I think that's what El Nene is.
Yeah,
in my humble but accurate opinion. Improve, not that he will, but yeah, you'd keep for this season. But look, this is what I'm saying, no, guys. It's this season. I understand because we're not in the Champions League. But if we was in the Champions League, trust me, man.
Obviously.
Yeah,
there's probably another few players in there that if we were in the Champions League, we'd have to go. You know what? So
it's true.
Is that
Logan?
Arthur Okonkwo loan.
I would, loan.
Yeah, he's kind of got to have to.
I would
actually no, I wouldn't because I'd like to have him around Ramsdale and Turner.
Wouldn't you want him to play week in, week out?
This is just coming. That's why the days are going crazy.
No worries. We'll do these quickly, and then we'll ask him when he comes back. So Rob Holding King.
I would sell Rob Holding if we got money.
I would personally, but
he's one of them. I don't mind keeping him because I think four choice centre back doesn't have to be amazing because we're not at a level where we can have a amazing centre back. So I know. Last chance is fair.
Not Mr. 200. Exactly. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree.
If someone comes in and it's 15 million, I'm not turning that down.
Oh, 100%. Marseille last
chance. Houdini, why you there? No, sir. Sorry, no, not my Houdini. You make to like
came back
no. Houdini, he's my battler. He's a fighter. He's a good squad centre back.
The guy who literally cost us top 4 last season.
No, bro. Sorry, no. Yeah. I'm sorry. Houdini is reliable. He's like El Nene. I mean, all right, put me right. Last chance.
I don't think he's as reliable as El Nene. I've seen him at bad games.
No, I've seen him at bad games. For a second there, I thought you'd put him to sell, but yeah, all right, go on. Last chance. But
I ain't
happy. I ain't happy. Put it this way.
Okay, Will. If Newcastle comes in and it's £18 million, what do you do?
For Houdini?
Yeah.
If they hit 20, then yeah. Nothing less than 20.
Tereak,
his age profile.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to go. You'd have to tie me up and put me in the cupboard till he's gone, and then once he's gone, then you can let me out. And
Again, with the way we're recruiting players, I don't mind.
It's true.
I wouldn't mind seeing him go to.
We're clever with our recruitment, though, Wilf. Do you know what I mean? We could look at someone better.
And to be honest, if we did sell him, I wouldn't mind him going to somewhere like Newcastle.
Last chances, Tezzy.
I think he's a bit unlucky that Burnley went down. It would have been a good replacement for Tarkovsky.
Yeah, that sending off. It did ruin that game. All we needed was a draw now, people.
Yeah, no, it was so annoying because we were into the game.
I'm sorry, that wasn't a sending off for me. I'm sorry. That wasn't a sending off for me.
We'll move on because
please let's move on.
I know we're wearing last season's shirt, but
please move on because it will kick off. I'm trying not to. I don't want to have to go to church to say Hail Marys and stuff, but yeah, let's go.
Honestly, all right, quick fire now. I think because we've gone through we've got a few interesting players, but quick fire. Yeah. You ready, guys, in the chat? We're going to go extra quick. Nuno.
Long.
There we go. If I said quick fire, I can't even move him. Runnerson. Okay. Stupid question. Martinelli.
Excited.
Needs to improve for me.
I agree with Wilf.
Okay, that's fine. I've said that a lot about him anyway. So
I'm surprised Wilf said that. But I agree.
No, I want to see more from him. I think he's capable of more. I want to see more.
Yeah.
Marquinhos.
Excited to watch.
I think he's gonna be one of them. Needs to improve. I'm not sure he's gonna play with the first team.
Yeah, he's not really had much.
Probably not, but I'm excited to see him because he's a big boy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to meet him in the dark alley late at night. You know what I mean?
Was it Alonso when he's getting wrapped up?
Yeah,
And holding up a lot. I was like, yo, well, he's got that Premier League body type, man.
Yeah.
Well,
My boy Granit Xhaka
needs to continue improving.
It's the last chance for me.
I'm putting needs to improve. I'd have put excited to watch personally.
No. He's only just come off the out of the last chance.
Let's move on to Starboy.
Should have been last chance.
Okay, we know what we're doing with Kyle, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, no, not necessarily, because this is the one I was telling you about. Because
build the
I
team
think
around
build a team around, but I think he needs to improve.
But you build the team around.
I'll tell you why it needs to improve. It's because the ceiling for him is so high.
But he keeps on improving.
I think he can properly smash it.
He's
go
20.
into them.
Don't forget.
I know. And the
Forget
reason why I'm setting the bar so high for him is because I know he can reach that. I'm not saying.
But the bar is high if you want to build the team around him.
Because the only reason I say that build a team around him is that he's at a level where he don't need to go that much further. I think he can go
with the qualities he has. You are building the team so it suits him.
I hear what you're saying, and what I'm saying to you is that remember that I said, can we have more than one in category in different categories? That's why I said that, because I totally build the team around him because he is what he is. But why he could fit into that needs to improve. I'm just making a case of why he could fit into that, because I can't believe how far
he needs to improve, and he will, because he's just 20 and he's shown ever since he burst into the scene, he's been better for every season. And that's why, because of he's shown so clear of progress every season, you kind of have to build the team around him, because he's going to.
I tell you what, I tell you, me and Peony were talking about this the other day, and some of his decision making in the final third can be erratic, to say that, to put it mild, can be erratic. And if he gets that decision making part, he could just tear a lot of teams. And I'm not dissing him. I really am not dissing him. He's totally a build a team around, but it's what I can expect from him.
This is my counter to you, Wilf. We can agree that Trent Alexander-Arnold needs to improve, right, in certain aspects. But Liverpool have built their whole team around him.
That's my point. I think he's in that same category.
That's why I'm saying
he's in that same.
He can continue to improve while we're building the team around him, because I think that will improve him as well. So for me,
I get. That's why I say you have to build around him, because he is already at a level which is ridiculous, which is Champions League level. And
but do you get what I'm saying? I think he can go on and be Ronaldo, Messi level. That's why I'm saying about there needs to improve. That's what, because he can go to that stratospheric level where people are like, if you come in for him, the bidding starts at 120 mil. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. But build the team around him.
I know. I'm coming with the back three. I wouldn't play him at right wing back, but Tommy Asu.
He needs to improve his fitness.
I agree. I'm not one,
because his
fitness
is already
not
injured again.
Yeah, but I think maybe that's to do with the club. And remember, last season was his first season in the Premier League.
But he had injuries when he was.
What can a player do about his injuries? What can a player do?
You can, because you've seen players talk about, I've changed the way I'm eating, I've changed the way I'm sleeping, I've hired like a personal trainer, personal chef, like I've done yoga. These things actually help.
But the thing is, it's difficult to say because we don't know if he's doing that stuff already and he's just coming in.
All I'm saying is that when I say that he needs to improve on his fitness, it's just that he needs to stay fit. So if
Yeah,
he doesn't
okay.
stay
All right.
fit,
Yes,
what are we
I see
gonna
what you're
do?
saying. Yeah, go on.
It's the same with
Go on
Partey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not saying
Yeah,
he
yeah,
needs
go
to
on.
improve as a player. Like
Yeah.
he will anyway, because he's still quite young.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
But,
Okay, go on.
It's just mainly that. Cedric.
For me, it's last chance. If we reach
Yeah,
Champions
I
League,
see.
Cedric is out anyway.
He's gone. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, last chance. I mean, because the thing is, he's one of them things. Every time you think he's gone, get him out of it, and he does something, and you go, okay, maybe. No, last chance.
Balogun.
Loan.
It's got to be a loan.
Yeah.
And Ketia.
Excited to watch him.
Yeah,
I'm tempted to build a team around because I've always been a big fan. Listen, I'm just telling you how I've always felt about Eddie. I've always felt about Eddie. Yeah, watch me.
Look,
This
man,
season, end of the season, he's gonna be in that build a team around. I'm putting big. Eddie is gonna smash it this season.
How many goals is he scoring?
He's getting into double figures. I say 15 in all comps.
15 all comps.
He's gonna get. I say he's gonna get 10 in the Prem. I say he's gonna get 10 in the Prem.
It's not impossible, and that's why he needs to improve to be able to reach 10 goals.
Yeah, I think he will. I'm seeing the signs. I've always said it. Any of my boys, if they're watching,
season. I think Eddie's
if any of my boys are watching from the thing, they can back me on this.
I think he needs to improve for me, and if he improves, he's gonna have a good season. That's where I'm at with Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie and Ketia. You know how much I mean. Everybody knows how much I love Eddie. I was backing this guy. I had the whole Eddie and Ketia coin. Literally, when me and Wilf were getting bantered about Eddie, we had the last laugh. I know we didn't finish fourth, but Eddie still was good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to watch. What about Sambi? This is a tough one now.
It needs to improve.
It does need to improve, but it depends where they play him because they've been playing him at 10 and at 8. And he looks more comfortable there.
But he wasn't 8. Arteta was just trying to transform him to a 6. But lately, even Arteta said that he looks more comfortable playing in the 8th row. So I think that is where he's playing.
Yeah,
I agree with Matt G.
I agree with you, I agree. Oh, loan him out. I wouldn't.
No, Mr. Westburn is just dropping acts, man.
And learn the system and get used to
ruthless.
He's got the shotgun out and he's just going around. If they're broken a nail, bang.
This is an updated one. I'll send it to you if you want, Luca. If you want to use it on your stream, just let me know.
Yeah, send it to me as well. This one is fun, actually.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I'll save it and download it to you, bro.
Really good.
I'll send it to you. So yeah, man. ESR
needs to improve.
I'm excited to watch him. I know
I am, but he needs to improve.
Have criticized him, but I feel like before he had COVID and his injuries, he was good. So I'm excited to see what he can do if he's fit.
Again, this is and this is my same thing with Saka because ESR can be next level as well, and I think I put him in needs to improve because I'm expecting more from him. I'm expecting so much more from him, and I know he's capable of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can keep him. Needs to improve. We're clocking 2 hours. Wow.
Yeah,
I know, right? Yeah,
we're trying to. Yeah, go next.
Pablo Mari, Sal.
Yeah, thank you.
I like him, but he's got to go.
Benjamin.
Yeah. I'm excited to see him alongside Saliba. And I'm excited to see.
Yeah.
No. I mean, the whole team needs to improve. So fine. All right. When the young blood, just
our captain. I'm excited to watch him.
Oh man. Big up Ravi as well. Big up Ravi every time. And everyone else in the chat. We got the last one. Martin Odegaard. Do you know what? We
again,
have to be honest, guys. He needs to improve.
to improve, yeah,
yeah.
Because he's that next level.
He does, King. He needs to improve.
Yeah.
Follow.
Fine.
Him?
Yeah.
I want to see more goals from him, and I want to see him doing what he does best, which I know he's capable of doing. That them passes, and like the goal against Chelsea, that he's capable of doing that. I want to see him shooting more. Beanie's is ready to sell everyone.
Beanie's gone mad. It's like
sell yes.
Sell us.
Yes.
I was just waiting. I was
just waiting for more.
Yeah.
Honestly,
he could again. He's another player that could be in the build team around. He could be in the top three. The reason why I put him in needs to improve is because of the level that he can go to. I think he can step up even more.
But to be fair, the way Ødegaard plays football, if you don't build it around him, he's not useful for you.
I think
I'm not bugging him off.
We joke. It was a joke because we were waiting for Moss.
I know, but we got mine.
All right, yeah.
We caught 2 fish. You know, you put the fish
I know.
You think, I've got this one kipper.
And the other one's holding on to his tail.
I would personally. He's such a wonderful.
I know, and that's what I'm saying to you. You can be in all of them, but build
around him. To be fair,
build with an asterisk of needs to improve.
Of course, but
put him in the build team around.
It's when we're saying with like the build around with like Saliba, he's going to improve anyway. Do you know what I mean? This isn't his ceiling. He will improve.
Even Jesus, as much as we want to build a team around him, he still needs to improve.
Yeah. So put him in the build the team around. Put him in the build team around.
El Capitano.
Exactly. Build the team around. There we go. And do you know what? Just to finish off, we got a lovely raid from CM over there as well.
Yes, CM.
Big up Alec. Big up everyone who's joined us over on Twitch right now. Appreciate you all. Thank you for the raid, CM. You're a guy. You raided me last week as well. So thank you for the raid. Big up Nick's in the mix as well. Hope you're keeping good. And everyone else in the chat. I know I'm ruthless, but so was George Graham, and I think Arteta is as well. You got to be available to play for most of the season, otherwise you're no use.
Oh, totally. He's right. He is right.
He's right. Smoke.
Yeah.
So there we are, people. We've got the tier list sorted. This is going to be an interesting one to watch back. I will tell you that. 2 hours. I said an hour.
I know.
To bed.
Good thing we started early, man. Good thing we started early.
Yeah.
After half of the season, when it's played, we need to do a review on this tier list and see if we change our mind.
I'm going to save it right now.
Yeah.
I've saved it.
Predictions, tier list, all that kind of thing. Yeah.
Download
for the halfway.
Exactly. Images downloaded as well. We're all sorted, people. Yeah. Got it. Right. So here we are now. I'm going to wrap it all up, people. Thank you for this wonderful stream. Thank you to my wonderful guests as well. King, thank you for coming on, my bro. You know what? He's made his new channel, everyone. Did I shout out last week? I'm sure I did for the first time. But people, go let the people know where they can find you and what's coming up on your channel as well, my brother.
Yeah, so guys, I start a new channel, King's Football Show. I'm going to do some FPL content this week, so watch out for that. I'm also going to do a London show, so watch out for that as well. Nice. It's going to be good, guys. So sub to the channel. It's a new channel. I appreciate everyone who subscribed. Watch the channel. It's amazing.
Definitely, man. Go subscribe to King's Football Show.
I was gutted I missed the last bit of it yesterday, man. It was hotting up nice. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Big up, man.
It's always great, man. King talks a lot of football sense. You know what? I feel like me and King, I literally, what King says, I'm just there like, I thought that.
Well, the both of you do. And remember I said to you, it pisses me off because Because the two of you say things. I'm cussing. Sometimes I'm arguing. I told Tereak after I'm arguing with you lot in the car. In my head, going, what I know, but it's just. Yeah,
but now you need Moss, 2v2.
Yeah. We definitely need Moss to back you.
To the average Arsenal fan, we are TPGs. But
I know.
To you guys, compared to the Dons over there, we're negative. We're pessimistic.
But you guys, your football knowledge is unparalleled for me. I always hate it because I can't. There's you make such valid arguments that I'm going. I can't really, but I'm going to.
That's what it's about, man. That's why I'm glad that Kings created the channel as well, and that's why I always wanted to have these topics and these debates. And you know what? Even find people who have different opinions to even us. They don't rate Arteta for whatever reason, but they can give me well-structured, when I know it's not coming from a place within their heart, but rather than their head, then I'm like, you know what? The platform's yours. That's why I like Crab. That's why Crab's very good. And I know he wasn't able to join us here tonight, but man, Crab definitely, he's a very good one for that. And,
big up Crab. She couldn't make it, but that's why I love. That's why I like doing the show. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But Wilf, let the people know, man, where they can find you. Where you always saying good morning.
I'm always. I'll always be in the Discord, as grumpy as I am in the mornings. I hate mornings.
Grumpy. Yeah. Can you imagine?
I am terrible in the mornings. That's why I'm glad that the Discord isn't a video thing. But you'll find me on here. You'll find me in the Discord. I'll always be around. I'm loving it. I'm loving being part of this community. God, I'm loving being part of this community. The two communities, this one and Kroenke'S. So you'll find me here. Being toxically positive as always.
Of course, man. And next week, this is what. All right, I'm going to chat to these guys at the end, and then before I make it official, I need to understand their schedule for next week. But guys, thank you for joining. Everybody in the chat. We've got 17 of you watching right now. Thank you for sticking with us once again for the whole 2 hours. You guys are amazing. You guys make the show. You guys make it. If it weren't for you, it'd just be us three having a chat. You know what I mean? And you guys, Mr. Westbird with a guillotine. That's what right there. Peony came in as well, my brother. Hope he's keeping well. Hope you have a good move. CM with a raid. Big up Vibes. Big up Realist. Everyone in here right now. To everyone. I'm sorry. Moss, of course, as well. The draft leagues. So definitely, Moss, you'll be definitely on next week. We need to work something out, people. And Matt G, the floor's always yours. And same for Westbird and the Mr. You know what, Tezzy? Everyone, social, the floor is yours. I'm going to ramble on again, but thank you. I really do mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for this wonderful community. And we're back and we're better, baby. So, guys, love to you all and peace.